Hello, everybody. I'm Jerry Turjanica from LegalEASE. I'm the Vice President of National Sales. Thank you very, very much, Benefitfocus, and thank you for joining us today at Benefitfocus Health Plan Place 2020. We appreciate you being here and appreciate your time. Today, we're going to talk about just some how health insurance alone is not enough to protect employees, and kind of an agenda today. We're talking about some financial causes, financial issues out there that members are facing, both your members from the health plan and our members for the legal plan, just to really everyone out there right now facing a lot of financial hardships. Also, talk about a lot of solutions today and how we can help solve those problems, both from the health plan and the perspective of the legal plan. So, looking at some life events out there that cause financial issues. We all know about some of these medical insurance, copays, deductibles. We all know that a lot of folks get in trouble financially, bankruptcy, possibly foreclosure, when their bills are mounting and mounting and mounting. Credit card, mortgage, student loans, and medical bills. We've just seen recently contested divorces are up skyrocketing this year during COVID. So we know that's an issue. So there's a lot of problems folks are facing financially out there, and we're all here to see how we can help. And in fact, we just saw recently that divorces are up 34% this year during COVID, which is remarkably high. Moving on, I mentioned the COVID and what's happening with the financial disasters out there for many, many people. Folks are losing jobs, losing income, possibly losing a spouse due to COVID. So we were seeing already that a lot of bankruptcies, foreclosures. The government's helping in those areas so they aren't foreclosing or bankrupt as many Americans as there would be, but that help will end soon. And we do know when COVID scales down, hopefully this fall or next year, that we're going to see a lot of foreclosures and bankruptcies out there, a lot of credit card debt, a lot of medical debt, a lot of landlord and tenant issues. These are mounting and mounting and mounting on many folks out there, really across the country. So would having health insurance plans and saving for a rainy day be enough to protect the employees? Not likely. We all know that 6 in 10 Americans have suffered financial hardships due to healthcare costs and really other costs as well. So the average American out there is hurting financially and having a lot of problems. So we know that it's coming. We know it's already here, and we want to find ways to help people. So with that help in mind, a lot of companies now have financial tools and education to help employees with financial matters. Education is wonderful. We all love education. It's great. But I always say the education kind of only gets you so far. Now I have a real problem as a member. What happens then? That I have a real problem. I need more than education. I need some help. So we're trying to talk today a little about how a medical plan who works with a legal insurance plan can help people, not just educate them, but help them with their financial needs. So we know that most people don't have any rainy day funds, 3 to 6 months put away. And that's the majority of Americans. So we're here to help that, and we're here to stop these problems from occurring. We all know some of these facts and figures that we see here on the screen. Many employees, almost 2/3 of employees, are struggling now with debt. What's remarkable to me is, though, that employees who are struggling with debt often say their health is poor also. It causes a lot of stress, and it kind of goes hand in hand, high debt, stress, and poor health. So we're trying to do some things to help members to relieve their stress and get out of debt, hopefully, or not go down debt as far as they are right now, possibly. So there's a lot out there happening right now, and we know that many employees do need a lot of help. So what is causing substantial financial issues for employees? Once again, here we are. A lot of the same issues. We know legal problems also can cause many debt issues. Many of your members out there may be facing a lawsuit. Medical practice suing them. Divorces, as I mentioned earlier, are rise 34% this year. Causes a lot of financial stress out there. Wealthy appearing, we all have neighbors like this. The wealthy appearing neighbors have everything. Nice house, nice cars, nice family. All of a sudden they're in foreclosure. What happened? Well, they're overspending their means. That happens a lot. It's happening more and more and more now in 2020. So we want to help these people and see what we can do to help really a lot of the population out there. As we're talking about the many life events happening, we do see many unexpected emergency life events happen in people's lives. I mean, every day. The right-hand side of the slide here in the circle, these are things that happen every day to people, and human resource doesn't always realize it's happening to their employees, and we know they're happening constantly. We take care of a lot of our members for these issues. It could be a minor possession in college, it could be a DUI, it could be a road rage, child custody matter, divorce matter, neighbor disputes. Things are happening all the time in folks' lives, and these everyday activities do cause risk and do cause a lot of stress and anxiety to members. So that being said, we as a legal plan are here to help, and we can work with members and work with them on these matters and many other matters as well. How legal expenses can impact employees. Number one, anxiety. If you ever had a lawsuit or you're involved in a legal matter, it tends to drive anxiety very high in members, employees, or just all of our members. Also tends to drive a lot of stress. So any help we can give them, reducing their anxiety, reducing their stress, is very valuable. Number one, also helping reduce healthcare costs. We all know stress drives healthcare costs much higher, and by reducing stress and anxiety, we believe we can really help members be more relaxed and handle their legal matters. So very high cost also, high legal fees. We know that the average attorney is over $300 an hour. So you're facing a legal matter. Wow, the bills add up very quickly. A lot of attorneys want retainers and such. And we know that very quickly we see the bills piling up, causing even more stress. And also, most of the members out there, most employees out there, don't understand the legal system. No one knows where to go to hire an attorney, how to hire an attorney. Most have never been involved in the legal system. So most of the folks out there just simply have nowhere to turn. It's kind of embarrassing at times to ask friends and family or coworkers how to help for certain legal matters. So they go online, do some research, and on their own finding an attorney. That's very difficult to happen. So we have some here life events and sequences that you go through and hire an attorney. It's not easy. If you've ever been faced with a legal matter on your own, hiring an attorney and finding one who's an expert in a case and the care you need for your legal needs is not easy to do. So you see a whole bunch of process and a whole bunch of steps here that folks can go through and do go through. It's very time consuming. And by the way, finding an attorney typically happens during office hours. Folks are working and they're spending a lot of their time, if they face a legal matter, finding attorneys during the day. It takes a lot away from their work time and a lot of their work activities. Here's a big one I see all the time, that 54% of American workers will have some legal problem this year. When we talk to human resources individuals, they think, it seems awful high. We don't really believe that. That seems just too high. We know from our experience, though, that it is true. That it could be something small, from a phone call, a simple talk to the attorney on the consult, could be in the office meeting, could be in court, but that percent, over half, will need some legal assistance. They're not all get that help, but most will need that help. Now, the one thing I was amazed by, after 1 year putting in a legal plan with a new company, HR comes back to us after we show them the utilization of that plan the first year, and they're amazed. They had no idea their employees were facing so many issues in their lives and causing so much stress in their lives. Employees just don't want to talk about these issues at work. So HR has no idea what's happening in their lives. So when they see utilization report showing this many folks using a plan each year, they're amazed. They wow, we didn't realize that our employees are facing this many issues and needing this much help. So with that being said, we know we can work together, health plan, legal plan, to really help the employees. Here are some of the top uses of a legal plan and really things that really we can help with the employees. I mean, the basic ones: estate planning, the trust, the wills. A lot of folks get those done. That's awesome. But the ones that cost the most money are divorce and family law. So it could be divorce, could be a child custody issue, child visitation issue, alimony issue. Those are very expensive. But you see also here on immigration, you see traffic tickets on here. We do cover a lot. There's a very robust plans. And again, when you get involved in a legal case without a legal plan, most attorneys want a retainer up front between $5,000 and $25,000, plus legal fees, litigation fees. It adds up to a very, very expensive cost for the employee. So knowing that, it also rises the stress dramatically. Now, wouldn't it be better to have like a paid in full coverage where things are paid for? So what's the solution? So, and our plan offers a lot of financial help through paid in full legal help. The LegalEASE plan is an insured legal plan, and most of our benefits are paid in full. One nice value we add, though, in working with Benefitfocus, work with you, the health plan, we can offer small groups and mid-sized groups, large group pricing, and large group plan design. One nice thing is that the large groups have advantage of getting paid in full benefits, where smaller groups tend to get a little less benefit because of the size. So we're putting together a nice package for health plans where you can have access, all your groups can have access to that large group pricing and plan design. We'll build 1 or 2 plan designs for you, the health plan, to offer to your employer groups. And as you see here, covered in there are home residential matters, financial consumer matters, estate planning, auto, traffic, family, general. A lot is covered in this legal plan. And with this coverage, most is paid in full coverage. A few exceptions to that, most is paid in full. So once again, the value here is that these small groups that you have as your customers now come access to a legal plan with large group paid in full coverage and pricing that large groups would normally see. Again, who is LegalEASE? I've been here for 5 years at LegalEASE, and we've been around, though, for 49 years. All we do is legal insurance plans. We're based out of Houston, Texas. I myself am in Ohio, but most of our employees are in Houston, Texas. And the nice thing about our plan design is that we do the work for our members of finding an attorney. I'll explain a little later what that really means. And also the most paid in full benefits, it really helps members not go into more financial crisis, needing to pay legal bills. They're paid for. Our average plan costs around $200 a year. I mentioned earlier, the lawyers are about $300 a month, an hour. So that being said, for $200 a year, if you need it planned every few years, it pays for itself. And most folks get their estate planning done and such, but life events pop up all the time, and members do use our plan quite a bit. Right-hand side of the slide, we talk about a few things. It's portable coverage. We have supplemental coverages built in. I'll explain later. We have a concierge service that I'll really explain in detail later. Also financial counseling and network guarantee. We would guarantee that they'll have an attorney close to their home to use. So moving on, just also who we are, LegalEASE. This is just a simple slide on some of our customers, just so you know, we're in all 50 states. We have large customers, small customers, really everywhere, all sizes and all shapes, all industries. All do very, very well, all do buy the insurance. We have an average, after 5 years of enrollment with us, we average 25% enrollment for our plans. So it may start at low enrollment for an employer group, but it rises year over year over year. It rises, and we get substantial enrollment over about 5 years. Now, some how I can help cover life events. People always laugh about, folks, like say having a baby or getting married. The first thing you do is if you have a baby, you don't run out and hire a lawyer. No one does that. We know that. However, once dust settles and things are more calm at home, after having a baby, possibly as an example, you may go out and get a will done. May buy a larger house, may sell your house, may go buy a larger vehicle, lease a vehicle. There's a lot of things that happen post-baby or post-getting married or pre-retirement or when you're divorced, where legal plans can help. It could be simple phone calls. We have one, I know last year we used where someone's child was starting to babysit. They want to know what to do about that and what legal rights and what responsibilities, and they give our attorneys a call, they walk them through. You actually can have a contract for that, for the babysitter and the family. There's a lot can be done. Simple questions like that can be handled, but there's a lot of life events where we can help dramatically in helping reducing stress and getting things paid for members they have the legal needs. I mentioned earlier some of our covered services. Some additional services we cover also. The very first top 4 areas, the debt budgeting, credit, and financial counseling. This is huge. This is simply, we offer 10 hours a year of financial counseling to all of our members. Nothing is being sold to the member. It's simply there to help. You want to do a budget? You have 10 hours to help you on a budget. You want to do financial planning? You want to do some credit reduction, student loan renegotiation, credit card renegotiation? That's all covered for 10 hours a year. And quite frankly, last year was used, almost 30% of our members used this benefit for financial help. This year, it's skyrocketing. So we know it'll be much higher this year. I don't have the exact number yet, but it'll be much higher this year. So we know it is rising dramatically. We can build a plan also, if you'd like, elder care. This helps with the members' parents and the spouse's parents. So mainly it's around estate planning. So if they need a will done, that's paid in full for the elder parents as well. So they need some other documents done, there's discounts on those. If they want simple help consulting, free consults also for the parents. So if you want that built in, we can build it in. We always say once the employee gets a will done or their estate planning done, please talk to your parents, make sure they have theirs done as well. Because if they do pass, it causes a mess sometimes in the family. So we can build that in if you'd like that in. We can build in a full service ID theft plan. It can be embedded in a legal plan. So if you want that, we can build it in as well. It's a full service ID theft plan. Give us a call. We can build that in as well. We also, one thing not mentioned here is immigration. We have immigration package we can build in, and the immigration package gives 10 hours of attorney time, not just to the employee, the spouse, and the family. It also covers extended family. It covers the parents and siblings of the employee and the spouse. Many times, the immigration issue in the family causes a lot of stress in the entire family. So we have extended family coverage for immigration we offer also. So those are things we can add into a plan. So we'd like to do a standard plan or two for health plans, but these are things to think about we could put into a plan. Now, once a person is a member of a LegalEASE plan, things they receive. They receive access to, I always say, you have 20,000 network attorneys on retainer, basically. So we have many attorneys across the country you can use. One thing is that we're very, very member focused. Unlike other insurance products, we are very, very high touch with our members. We have a live concierge matching system. What that is a member wants to use a legal plan, they'll call us on the phone. We ask them many questions. Based on the answers, we go out and we find the best fitting attorney to that member. So we'll match the member up with an attorney. And if they want to switch attorneys, they can always switch attorneys. But 98.1% of the time, that first match sticks. Members can always use for us also a directory to find attorneys, but most members don't do that. Most members like our concierge matching system because it works so well. It's not as easy as you think to find an attorney and take your case. So instead of making all those phone calls on your own during work hours, we do it for you. 1 10, 15-minute phone call to us. We do all the legwork for you. We kind of hold your hands through the process. We find you an attorney that'll meet your needs in your area, the law you need, and the area of the country you need help in. So that is huge. We also match attorneys to preferences. Anything from gender to LGBTQ or religion, whatever you need help in finding a match for that attorney, we do that matching for you as well. So that being said, we do a lot to help the members find an attorney that best fit their needs. Here we actually have three access types to find an attorney. I mentioned one, a self-search online directory. Just like a medical plan, a vision plan, dental plan has, we have one as well. Most of our members don't use this though. You put in a zip code, area of law you need, it gives you a list of attorneys. Now you get a list of attorneys, you're on your own, make phone calls, playing phone tag, finding attorneys to take your case. It's not an easy thing to do. So it's very cumbersome, it takes a long time to actually find someone to take your case. So most members don't use that. Our option number two though is our live phone concierge I just talked about. Almost everyone uses that. Why wouldn't you? You call us on the phone, we ask you questions, we go out and find the best match, introduce you to that attorney, and they agree to take your case. The third option, though, is something new for us. It's the online concierge matching. Some of our high-tech customers out in Silicon Valley said, our employees don't want to talk to your employees, they want to do it all online. So we built the same concierge matching system online. Right now, it's only available to our largest customers, more high-tech customers, but eventually it'll be rolled out to all of our customers eventually. Right now, it's some of the large high-tech customers. That kind of is the future, though. Moving on, I mentioned how we help employees. When an employee calls us on the phone or one of our members calls us on the phone to try to find an attorney, we assign to them an advocate. The advocate stays with that member all the way through the case, from beginning to end. Many members of ours don't know how the legal system works, don't know how they're really working in that legal system, so our advocate's there to help them. So the nice thing is every time that member talks to the attorney, it could be on the phone, in the office, or in court, our advocate will follow up with that member. Number one, are you satisfied with the attorney? If they're not, we'll find you a new attorney. As I mentioned before, 98.1% of the time, that member sticks to the first attorney all the way through. So our matching does a very nice job. I also ask, do you have any questions? And we'll help them. A lot of times they'll leave a meeting and say, I didn't realize to ask this, or I was too afraid to ask this. The attorney, they'll ask us questions. We can't give legal advice, never can, but we'll help them with legal kind of questions, generic questions. If we have to, we get the attorney back on the phone with the member to explain what's happening. Also, our advocates, we average about 7 attorneys that we call to find the best matching attorney to take our member's case. So if we're talking to 7 attorneys to find the best match, think about giving a directory on your own, how long it's taking you to find a match for the best attorney. Way more than that. So our advocates are there to help you every step of the way. And quite frankly, this advocate and our concierge service drives our enrollments higher and higher and higher year over year. There's some of the big reasons why our legal plan grows in membership year over year, others don't. Our high touch, high hand holding of our members really works. Members love this. HR love this as well. So that being said, I mentioned about our network of attorneys also, but our attorneys, again, have over 20,000 attorneys nationally, all 50 states. Our attorneys have to have at least 10 years of experience being our network. So they're very experienced attorneys. We credential them when they join our network, and every single time that we refer a member to an attorney, before that referral happens, we re-credential an attorney. So we're asking some attorneys weekly or monthly at times for re-credentialing status. We want to make sure nothing's out there brand new, having bad at an attorney in their practice that we don't know about. Our members we refer someone to an attorney where something just happened recently that we should know about. So we're constantly re-credentialing our attorneys also upon giving a referral. So the whole topic today about how we can help and work with health plans and such, and stress, and how stress affects really health, and how stress affects legal issues and such. We have quite a few white papers out there you can look at. Just go to robertheston.com. Robert is our CEO of our company. He's written a lot of white papers to really help along these matters. If you're interested in more details, there's more out there. Again, my name is Jerry Turjanica, Vice President of National Sales. Here's my information, my email address, my phone number. If you need any help or want to have any questions, or if you want a one-on-one meeting to talk about how we can integrate and work with your groups to really help them, and not just legal matters, really help them with stress and anxiety issues they have by reducing that stress and anxiety, by helping them with could be financial help, or it could be around legal situations they have. We're here to help. So that's out there, and I'm always happy to help, and we're here for you. So with that, that really concludes what I have today. I know we have a short Q&A right now we can talk through. I'm available for questions and answers after the presentation. So give me a call, email. I can set a meeting up, however you'd like to work on that. So thank you very much for your time today. And thanks, Benefitfocus, for allowing me to do the conference today. Thank you very much.